Welcome, my friends, with the Spider-Verse season right around the corner, promising support for the movement archetype. I thought it was a great time to dive in and see what the deck is capable of right now. And while testing around, I found a list that I absolutely fell in love with. So we have 3 modules that we're saying cards fall into. We have the movement carries, we have the movement activators, and then we have a supporting shell of cards around them. The carries we are using are Human Torch, Dagger, and the Vulture. We're choosing to leave multiple man at home. From my testing, I was finding that as he was copying himself, he was just taking up too much board space, choking it down so that on the final couple turns, I wasn't able to move any cards anymore and was getting diminishing returns from all of my carries across the board. And it also means if you drop the multiple man, you open up more free spaces because you don't have to have the cards that are supporting him by buffing him. I really like the extra leaner and more flexible list that we get by leaving multiple man at home. We also have Craven as an unsung hero here. Good call out that he can carry just about as hard as the other guys if we're able to line up our movements correctly. In terms of the activators, we have the classic Cloak, Doctor Strange, and Iron Fist. Really looking forward to some of the new tools that we could be getting. But then we also have Absorbing Man dashing in here as a little bit of a consistency piece, able to try and repeat the effect of Cloak or Doctor Strange, which can make an enormous difference for getting our carries off the ground. But then Absorbing Man bridges the gap into the rest of our supporting shell, and he has a web of synergies with all of these other pieces. So we have a progression here of Wave, Doctor Doom, and Absorbing Man to be able just to play out what is effectively one of the best combos in the ramp lists if we don't find the pieces that we want to get our movement engines off the ground. I love being able to do this. Wave also doubles as a control piece up against the bounce decks and even most of the Sera matchups. Wave can do phenomenally up against those. We love having her to be able to give us the win in those situations. And then we also have the Storm. Storm serves as a location fixer for us. Movement again suffers if there's a claustrophobic board state, and so Storm being able to open up the locations gives us the flexibility that we need. But she's also closing down a location for our opponent, while we have the tools to still be able to slide pieces in there and support the stormed out lane, either through the Doctor Doom or through a Heimdall shuffle moving to the left. Just don't storm the rightmost lane. Storm middle, storm left, and you should be golden. Of course, Heimdall as our big finisher. Heimdall, quite frankly, could be on the chopping block once we get our new support pieces to be able to have smaller scale combos to play in the final turn rather than this sweeping but predictable shuffle. It can be very challenging to line up a successful Heimdall shuffle, but when you get it together, the value across all of your moving carries can really overwhelm the opponent. Jumping in for our gameplay showcase here, we've got the list up above. If you guys have had a successful move list, I would love to hear about it down in the comments. I very rarely see people running this on ladder, and frankly, when I do, I just snap against them because I feel advantaged up against the move deck with almost anything that I am playing. But I do really love piloting this against a number of the decks in the meta right now. We'll see what we can get together right here, right now. Okay. New York is incredible for us, right? There's a number of locations that move can really key off of to do excellently. If I play Vulture here, he gets set to 2. You'd say that's bad, Teddy, but then I tell you that I can play Human Torch and then move both of them with the Doctor Strange, and you might be singing a slightly different tune. Cosmo is very restricting. We are entirely on reveal based. Alright, what can we do with this? Human Torch, play the Doctor Strange, be able to move the cards over. Human Torch will double, Vulture will add 5. I can play Cloak and Wave together on the next turn to be able to restrict the opponent, bring them back to the left, and then New York opens up for the flexibility of moving yet again as I drop Doctor Doom on them. I think if everything goes to chalk, that's a winning game plan to me. Here we go. The rare, bring the power down to be able to come back up. I love plays like that where at first you're slowing yourself down, but it's the big brain move to be able to come ahead in the end. Do I let Wave eat it as well? I'm looking at board space and I'm telling myself there's not a lot. Not a lot. So if I do the Wave, I can bring the Human Torch over, the Vulture over, +5, double, so it'll be 12, 8. They can come back, or maybe one of them comes back to have them split to be on different lanes, and then Heimdall drops. They shuffle left. It's very strong. Very strong. Especially the Moon Girl deck's yet another category of deck that Wave is murdering. Is this like a Sunspot? We didn't get the fancy clip of all of our movement carries absolutely dominating the opponent, but how do you beat this? Right? It's over. You can only play one card. You Moon Girl'd, but for what? To what end? I don't see any way that they can produce the 18 points to beat me at New York with one card. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, now this is an opening that I like. The Human Torch Iron Fist combo, just been a steady, stalwart piece of the movement package. Been running Bounce for quite some time, though now Bounce has dropped it with Kitty Pryde just a little bit better. And Avalier appears up against Thanos. Meh. There was a point. Oh, District X, are you kidding me? Alright, if I Human Torch, I probably want him going to Nidavellir. Will not be able to move Vulture. Do we think the Thanos list is going to have anything for Super Scroll to do? If they play Soulstone, if they play... I mean, a lot of Thanos is ongoing. Maybe Super Scroll will be good. Doom is fine. Quantum Realm. And a Shadow King. Alright, I'll just play Vulture for the +5. And at 8 points, he's right under Shang-Chi. I gotta draw more random pieces. Is JJ something good at Quantum Realm? She could be, but so could... I mean, she could just be played right now, and then the next turn is like... The earlier I play Scorp, the better, though. And then I'd have to fill this up to get the full value out of the Ant-Man. There's something there, though, I think. Let's go JJ mid, though. My next turns, I would probably want to be either side. Well... They don't get a choice. This is his card. It's not a District X Quake. It is a real Quake. Good gosh. I guess they're thinking between Reality Stone and Quake. They have the tools. That's actually wild. Alright. Turn 5. What do we like? Scorp? Scorp Shadow King to be able to get the stack on Nidavellir? Maybe. I get the +4 on JJ. And then I could play like Ant-Man. I'm wondering if Dr. Doom is okay as well. He would be, of course. There she goes. Little Spidey. Plus a Nightcrawler. Fascinating. So he's locked me out. But very weak cards. Dr. Doom, baby. Best card in the game. Most flexible card in the game. +5 to the Quantum Realm. Doesn't care about the reset because it's a Doom bot. Gets behind the spider web with the Doom bot as well. For an extra 10 power swing. I'm able to flip those two locations. Stay ahead of District X. Whatever you want, Jovi. Whatever you want. I will not face you in League. I will only battle you here. Gotta love to see it. Human Torch, Cloak, Vulture, Storm. Fun possibilities here. I'll play Human Torch on left. General play for me is start the movement cards out on the left. Use Cloak and Doctor Strange to move them to the right. Expect Iron Fist, Heimdall to be able to bump them back to the left. Go Cloak here. I think it's going to be Storm for 3 and then Iron Fist Vulture combo on 4. Iron Fist Vulture combo, one of those combos that mid-range lists were using for a little while just because it's so good. Bring you over, drop you down. Then we got the New York to be able to shuffle them around yet again. There's a number of locations that involve moving cards around, and then at the end of this season, there's going to be 2 more in the rotation. Movement, probably the deck that benefits the... Well, destruction really benefits. Certain kinds of destruction really benefit from the locations that destroy cards for free. You gotta give it to them. That and the move decks benefiting off the movement locations can and just swing matches that they would otherwise have no shot at. Mr. Negative on 3. All right. Well, I immediately assume when I see that I am in an unfavored position. But I'll try my best. Mr. Negative is not, well, he could. I was going to say he doesn't have a way to be able to get into flooding, but he could play the White Tiger. With a Tiger Spirit to jump over. That's it. I guess there are some versions I've seen run a Doctor Doom, but that's very rarely. You get like the Wong Doctor Doom kind of synergy. Both cards are technically better when they are inverted. They're just not as good as the zeros. Those are inverted. Ooh, game changers. Game changers. Hopefully we're able to get the card draw here rather than them getting the card draw here. Maybe I should have invested the Vulture just to Asgard to be able to stop that. Never mind, it would not have mattered. Would it? 18. I would have tied. I would have prevented the draw. But now they get 2 inverted cards. Yeah, I think I have to retreat on this one. Maybe not. Here's the thing. If I go Doctor Strange, then I even waste some of the New York play. Yeah, I guess it could be worth it. Here we go. Here we go. If I'm able to be ahead at Flooded, then it's just a bit of a mind game as to where the Iron Man is going to go. So they just got all their card draw. 2 cards in deck, 1 card in deck, 6 in hand. That should be insane for them, yeah. But it's also pretty incredible for me here if I play Human Torch. Do I want to play the Human Torch and then I play the Heimdall here? So Human Torch goes over here. He amps up. These cards shuffle to the left. Craven, Strange, Vulture all join me at Asgard. That's going to be quite the stack of power. It's unfortunate that I don't get the Human Torch moving alongside. Like, if you could reorder cards at locations, Move would be an enormous beneficiary of that kind of change. But we don't have that. In that case, does it matter moving the human? Yeah, it still makes it better to move Iron Fist. That way I get a little bit more power on left. In case they do play White Tiger, if they want White Tiger on Wong here, I would love that. As my more powerful cards move to the left, and I should be strong enough that the Tiger Spirits don't beat me. Adding 12 power to left, and I'm already up by 3. Feel like Mr. Negative got everything he wanted, but maybe in a weird way, we've been able to clutch it out. Was Move able to go toe-to-toe? Show the flip, show the flip. 12 to 1 on left. 40 power on mid. Ooh. There's the Tiger. Double hop is just enough. The ability to move the ninja there. Yeah. That was fun. I'm glad we played it out. But again, Mr. Negative on 3 with the Asgardian draw. That one was definitely against us. Oh, Lamentis. Oh, the Wave Doom Absorbing Man. It's here. It's real. And even Iron Fist Dagger. Okay, so hold on. So it is a turn 4 wave into 5 Doom, 6 Abs Man. That means turns 2 and 3 can be Dagger. So I'll just wait right now. And it looks like we will not play the Heimdall. I mean, with no movement cards? No. Now they're discounted. Does this cause us to rethink any of our plans? I could play Wave into on 3, Doom on 4, Absman on 5, and then get the Heimdall on 6. Then it's a weird state of like you have spread a lot of Doombots out and then you consolidate all those Doombots back together. It's kind of funny though. We'll wait to see what the opponent does right here. Elector. And then a shuffle? Hold on. I draw only 3 cards back? You're telling me that I could be completely betrayed here on the top decks. Oh no. So if I play it, it's 3 out of 4 that I get the Doom. 75%. I'll take it. It's like a danger room roll, right? Hood? Iceman? Oh boy. There we go. Back and back again. Thank goodness. Doom me? Alright, now we have to start thinking about things here on out. Where the Absorbing Man goes and where the Heimdall goes. That's going to be the differentiation in points. Falcon. Bounce is kind of okay with Lamentus if they were able to hit the pieces like this. But then they're going to be spent very quickly. Could we snap? I think so. I mean, this one feels excellent for us. Let's go Abs Man. I want to say on left to start balancing out numbers. It doesn't make that much difference. They don't have any power over there whatsoever. Okay, Demon, Hood, and then a Beast. I'm anticipating that they'll pick all these up again. Yeah. They're staying very flexible. Big ol' collector. I feel like that means that I go Heimdall mid. So I'm going to send Wave and Dr. Doom to the left, and then I'm going to move Dagger and Doombot, and then this Doombot holds down the fort up against the Beast. Gotta feel like you're in a great spot if that's happening. They have 5 cards in hand. They've shown Hood, Iceman, Collector, Falcon. They completely reposition all the cards at the board. Are we able to catch them out? It's a big buff on the Dagger, actually, to turn her into the 10 power stat line. Oh, by 8. All right. Yeah, Hood. That buffs the Collector even more. Hit Monkey, no. Ah! Magnificent. Oh, Hala and Nowhere. Okay. If we Dagger, I'm trying to figure out if there's a world where we can surprise them at Hala with a burst from all of these moving cards to be able to catch them out. And in the Morag as well. Yeah, this seems brutal. But they're all 2s. I'm going to play the Iron Fist to Nowhere even though he's not going to trigger. That way, when the Doctor Strange moves them, I get the extra buff on the Kraven to be able to surprise them, kill their Ant-Man, play from there. The problem is then it fills Hala, and getting any additional combos is going to be quite challenging. Of course they have max. Whenever there's something like Nowhere, the opponent has max. Fascinating. Do I want Doctor Strange to be able to move P? I do. I do, but he'll pull all of them. Now I have to decide. Normally, Wave Cloak is it's a great combo, and you want both effects to trigger. Because of Nowhere and Morag, we'll have to figure out which individual we want to trigger. Dagger is so good. Being able to stack buffs against multiple opponents, I could have snapped on that. Do we snap now? I think so. I mean, yeah. Oh, late snap on my part, but still. Sweet victory. I don't know if I could have predicted a Brood play there. And if all we were doing was killing an Ant-Man, then our board position is a little bit tenuous. I still probably could have snapped. So here is the deck in all of its side shuffling glory. I really love the move archetype. I think this deck is mid to lower tier meta competitive right now. It certainly has a number of vulnerabilities. It's fairly draw dependent still. It can see huge spikes in terms of being favored or being at the disadvantage depending on the location draw that you get. The support shell, I'm really happy with. The Wave, fantastic in the meta right now. Absorbing Man for consistency, and Dr. Doom just as an all-rounder. So I'm still puzzling where I'm going to be able to fit in Ghost Spider. Heimdall's potentially on the chopping block, Absorbing Man's potentially on the chopping block, and if we break apart this support shell, we could try and work in Miles Morales, be able to fit in some of the other pieces that have always worked well with the movement cards. So once we get the Spider-Verse cards, I can't wait to be able to see the facelift that this list receives. We're going to be testing all the new cards here on the channel, so stay tuned if you want to be able to see the upgrades that are going to be going to be available to you in the near future. If you guys pick this list up, I hope it earns you many cubes on your climb up to infinite. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.